Are you ready, Cancer? Your rest of July 2020 video, we are going to be talking about 5 things. Family, we're going to talk about home, mom, divine feminine energy. We're going to be talking about frustration, tension. We're going to be talking about Eris, the warrior goddess, the divine feminine warrior goddess, who says, I am tired of not being heard. I will not back down. I will be heard. So Cancer, feelings, emotions, the moon. Cancer, let's take a look at you. Let's dive deep into your all astrology. All right, Cancer, we're going to be starting off around mid-month. So that's 15th, 16th, and 17th for you. We have the sun and we have Eris, warrior goddess, Martian, female Mars energy, coming kind of to head, all right? It's the sun squaring that energy. And when that happens, this is emotions. This is emotional waters with a light lit under them. So when we have the emotional waters with a fire under them, that means they start to boil. They start to bubble. And when the emotional waters get heated up, we want to be aware. We want to understand where in my life, who are the people? Why are they going to be doing this? Am I part of it? So Cancers, this is you. The sun will be around 24 degrees. So this is, like I said, 15th, 16th, 17th of July. Now, if you have your birthday around that area, normally what happens is a birthday is where your natal sun is from when you were born. The sun transits around and comes back to the point of its origination, which means you have a solar return, which means the sun returns to its point of birth. So empathy, emotions, feelings, family, mom, right? This whole divine feminine energy, this comes through. It gets elevated. It escalates. Understanding that Eris then somehow is kind of squaring it, is testing it. It's cardinal and cardinal. And so likely there could be, well, actually, let me check for you. This is in your first house because you're Cancer. And so understanding this has to do with who you are, who you appear to be, right? People look at you and they're like, oh my God, like that's the cover of the book. This is Cancer Ascendant, Cancer Rising. So for Cancers, having this happen, this is a cardinal event, which there's a lot of that going on. Cardinal means taking action. That's what cardinal is. And your emotions are being squared by fire, okay? So it's your emotions about self, about my appearances. Cancer energy is within my tribe, within my family. So the 10th house is your ambitions. So there's like a squaring off. There's a tension. Your ambitions, your goals have been testing and squaring off your appearance, your physical body, your emotional body. Your ambitions are causing stress and vice versa. Your emotional body, your stresses, right, your emotions inhibit your ambitions because your 10th house and your first house is where your Cancer and your Arian energy are. And so there's this 90-degree tension that's always there. So what you would want to be clear of then is that your emotions have the ability to affect your health and your body because Aries energy is your body. And so your body, as far as your ambitions, your thinking, being very impulsive, not thinking things through, this is a test. This is more additional testing. So it's my work and my career. When I say ambitions, it's all 10th house stuff. It's how you want to show up in the world. You know, your Arian energy, which is like, I love starting new jobs. It's the Arian energy in the 10th house is like the person who is a professional at always starting something, always trying to lead things off, a new career, new ambitions. There's a thing with that though. It's the lack of stick-to-itiveness because Aries likes to begin, and once it's not new anymore, it tends to lose its interest. So that emotional thing playing into that and not making it better because it's, you know, we start with a self-talk that doesn't help us. And so it's just learning these things about ourselves that help us to go forward and to see, okay, you know what? I got to be a little bit lighter on myself. I just got to learn how to understand that as far as careers and goals and ambitions, I am experimenting. I may go for the rest of my life just constantly trying different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, oh, but I can't keep a job. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean you're worthless? Does that mean you don't have any value? No, no. I know that you have this energy in your 10th house, which means you're always going to have like these new goals, these new ambitions. You're gonna begin, and then you're gonna all of a sudden they're gonna fade away. You're gonna begin, they're gonna fade away. It's that flame that burns really bright that's the first one to go out, because it just loses its flame. It loses its intensity. It loses its fire, and it just does. Right after that, we go to the new moon energy. The new moon energy is in your sign. It's in Cancer energy. So this is in your first house, typically. Remember, anything I'm talking about, you don't know. What do you do? What do you do? I'm listening. You don't know. Comment below. New moon is when we place wishes. This is a great time for intention setting. Now, your Cancer energy means you're going to be setting intentions based upon yourself, based upon your appearance. This is what this is, because it's Cancer in the first house. It has to do with my body, pretty much your emotional body, all right? Because, well, Cancer is my emotions. My family, my unit, how do I appear to the world? Setting your intentions here will be good, okay? Because when you focus them around all the things that have to do with self, and this is appearances of self, what you want to do is maybe lay off a little bit. Maybe learn to relax a little bit when it comes to your appearances. There might be this stress and tension because you don't look a certain way. And this causes stress. This was that whole thing I said in the beginning about the way you think about something and your emotions and your feelings affecting your health and your appearance and your body. It's all connected. Like, everything is connected, right? Our thoughts are what we become. They are our reality. And so our emotions are the fuel for our wishes and our intentions. So I want you to really hone in on this for this new moon time. Now, you're going to be getting help. When I look over, I see the planet Neptune sending a beautiful, sweet trine. And it's not going to be around the new moon time exactly. It's actually after the new moon. But I know the area of your life that it's going to be in. Again, it's about self. The Piscean energy, it just comes down to your beliefs. It's beliefs about self. You're going to see something at the end of the month where the planet Neptune's going to step up for you, because you're going to see things, and you're going to have some of that empathy and some of that understanding and some of that nurturing for you. We're going to go to the 26th to the 30th of the month. At this time, we have multiple things happening. We have our thinking being squared by Mars, and that means combative conversations, combative communications. Mercury is internet, is social media. So you want to be aware of that, right? It's going to be fired up thoughts, fired up talks. This can be combative. If you have a chart and you're looking at it, you're looking for 12 to 19 degrees of cardinal energy. If you don't and you want one, comment below. What we're doing here is we're understanding that when it comes to family and humanity, and that humanity is my family, and that we have a micro family and we have a macro family, and that we need to be clear that our intentions, our wishes includes the whole as well as the micro. Because, you know, what we do to somebody else, we do to ourselves. What we do to ourselves, we do to another. And so it's all connected. And there's this is a trying month. I'm going to be real. This is a trying month. This is a time where you keep your seatbelts on, you keep your masks on, you learn to detach, you learn to be the observer, you learn to watch. And if you haven't been doing that, you're going to see that if you're not doing it, your emotions, because again, we start the middle of the month off with heightened emotions. So you're going to have to detach. You're going to have to relax. You're going to have to see. You're going to have to see the direct connection of my emotions and how they affect, right? The way I think, the thoughts I keep, and how that manifests in your body, how that manifests in the life around you, how you create waves in your own waters of life. You're going to have some help. Venus and Neptune are going to be doing a dance. And Venus represents income, my money, my tangible resources. Neptune's going to be sending a beneficial trine, so this is nice. This will be happening like simultaneously. So we're talking like 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. It's like heightened emotions, a little bit of help. It looks like angelic help. It looks like good news. You know, they said that they were going to be doing like this coronavirus stimulus package. Well, from what I'm seeing here, this looks like we're going to be getting the information. Okay, yeah, it finally got passed. This is what's coming. It's, you know, because it's divine assistance. It's angel wings coming in. It's guardian angels saying, all right, I know you've been struggling. I'm going to help you out a little bit more. And that's what this is. Again, a lot of this and the details of it and the timing has to do with your own specific birth chart. So if you need help or you want me to work with you, you just comment below. I'm supposed to be counting down 5, 4, 3. Number two, Mercury and Pluto. Mercury represents internet. It's about social media. It's talking, thinking, speaking, relating. It does include siblings. It's going to be opposing Pluto. Now, what does that mean? It means Mercury's at one side and Pluto's at the other. Pluto represents fear. Pluto represents power. Pluto represents intensity. Whenever Pluto gets involved with something and it's part of a conversation, Pluto intensifies things. Well, if Mercury is talking, thinking, speaking, right, and communication, and Pluto comes along, and it could be among siblings, but also understand internet and social media. The details of this for you, Cancer Ascendant, Cancer Rising. Mercury's going to be in your sign, Cancer energy. And so at 20 degrees of Cancer, Mercury hits a very sensitive point, actually. Now, I am telling folks to be prepared. Now, I'm not saying to get fearful. All I'm saying is be diligent in following the rules, all right? Because Mercury represents our lungs, all right? This has everything to do with the virus. This has everything to do with, you know, the ugly bug. This is that. Our lungs getting filled up with fluid, opposing Pluto. Pluto is transformative change. Pluto does represent death, because to get change, something has to go away. That's how change happens. Everybody, just be calm. Be smart. Be diligent. I don't care what state or country you live in. Follow the rules, but especially if you live in the United States. This is a huge deal for the United States. I already have videos out. If you haven't seen them, go find them. It's got the USA flag on it. There were 3 videos done. It was the June eclipses, and then I took those and I put them. I put the maps over each other for the United States birth chart, and it shows why the virus is hitting the United States and will be prolonged in the United States compared to other places. You see it energetically, and it's amazing. Heightened fear. Pluto is fear, because there will be fear in the communications, but there's also going to be a great revealing this whole month. We are going to, at the beginning of July, at the end of July, beginning of August, we are seeing where we have a more clear picture of the abuses of power, the more clear picture of unbelievable things that we just didn't realize in big business and government that were going on to the degree. Right? We kind of knew they existed. We got wind of it. We understood it, but we're seeing more clearly. We're getting more information, and there will be great revealings. And it's just a whole lot of stuff at one time. But no, all of it is necessary, because this is how we elevate. This is a month that is a new kickoff point for quantum elevations for the rest of 2020. When I say quantum elevations, that means that we elevate together as a group. And elevating together as a group means there's a global event that occurs. First of all, it's also the racial stuff. It's the race riots. It's the inequalities. It's the injustices. This is a huge part of this. Remember, the moon represents the public. Don't forget that. And so we see individuals, the planet Eris fighting back. And all of this together means we're going to rise, because change is going to come. Change is going to come.